Hey everybody, how we doing today?
Morning, everybody.
Joe here.
Kevin.
I don't know about you, but I am enjoying the heck out of this show.
Yeah, I find myself spending probably too much time in my week trying to figure out what's going on with the show in
I
the
know.
best way. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, where is this going? Because I've waffled on so many things already.
I know.
I'm like, I'm pretty sure that Tahani and Chidi are both there by mistake too,
And then we were
based on
wrong.
the point system. And now
Yeah,
and now I'm like, well, they might actually be intended soulmates, and this could just and Jason and Eleanor could be messing it up by being there for him. So maybe they belong, and
uh-huh.
we just have the two people who don't.
I love it. Misdirection works so well on a TV show, doesn't it?
If it's done right, yeah,
Yeah.
and it's done really well here.
And this is the first time in a while that we've started a show that I've just been like excited.
Yeah,
Excited to hop into it. I mean, obviously, I love all the shows we do.
sure.
The Goldbergs is amazing as well. But this show's got like a layer of mystery to it, but it's also like not quite a mystery show.
No,
At all. But the way they're telling the story is very interesting and also very captivating. It's a good way to get your audience back week after week.
it's cliff. The whole show is a walking cliffhanger.
Yeah,
The whole show.
yeah,
It feels like not even just at the end of the episode. It feels like every scene sets up another cliffhanger.
exactly.
Then, like, well, now I don't know where we're going at all. Which I know I was guessing early
Yeah,
because historically sitcoms, it's kind of like, okay, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, I get the conceit, I get the premise, I get the relationships. I see where a lot of the joke structure is going to come from.
sure.
There's no way.
Would you
There
call
is
this a
no way.
sitcom? Because
No,
it's
absolutely not.
definitely not a sitcom.
It's not a sitcom because I kind of feel like by definition sitcoms are episodic in structure. You can
Situational almost.
yeah, you can
Yeah,
jump in and watch one next season,
yeah,
and you're not lost. There's no
yeah.
story through line that you need to maintain. Really, I mean, there are little changes. Someone's dating somebody else, like Friends had.
Friends, New Girl's a good example of
Yeah,
that too.
right. You'll there are changes, but you pick up on them so fast,
Mhm.
right? Like, okay, this is who Jess is dating now. Okay, this is where Schmidt is in a relationship with Cece.
Yeah,
Like, you get that, right?
yeah.
Even if you miss 3 episodes, you're like, okay, I'm right back in 2 minutes into
You
the
know where you're at.
episode,
Yeah,
right? And I obviously love New Girl,
yeah.
but this doesn't feel like a sitcom because there's none of that. I feel like if I went from we're about to watch episode 7,
Mhm.
if say you and I jump in right now on episode 11,
We'd be like, what's going
we'd
on?
be like, I have no idea what has happened or what's going on
Yeah,
because this show is so deliberate in the journey that it's taking us
yeah.
on. I feel like the story planning was probably exceptional. Like,
Imagine that whiteboard.
right, I feel like Crazy Ex-Girlfriend kind of did the same thing.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
here's our show, here's our starting point, here's our ending point, and we've got like the journey and the arcs to get us there.
sure.
This show had to do that, right?
Hmm.
There's no way that you could kind of be like, all right, what are we going to do next season now? It's like, no, you,
It's plotted.
it's
Yeah,
plotted,
from the
right?
very beginning.
Yeah, there's a very big plot board somewhere
And
when this started.
one of the fun things too is some folks on Patreon they love watching us try to predict,
Oh, we suck at it,
and they're like,
for
you
sure.
should write your predictions down because they're like they didn't spoil anything. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
for
no
not
one
spoiling.
spoiled anything. People still keep warning us on spoilers.
They're really struggling too. They've never wanted to spoil the show more. Please don't. We're almost there. You know.
Yeah, whatever's going to happen, we are going to get there.
But they're like, write down your predictions because you're like you've guessed some things right, but also at the same time you're way off. And
Oh,
I'm like,
for sure.
and I'm like, I love that. I love it so much.
I honestly be surprised if we're right a third as much as we're wrong.
Right, you know,
I feel like I'm wrong a lot.
And this is just a great show to just kind of let the revelations happen, and they haven't made a bad decision yet.
No, and it's not cheap either.
No, it's not.
Nothing feels contrived as far as the way they lay out the information.
Oh yeah,
I've said this before on other shows as an example. Scream 2. Sorry, spoilers on the original Scream 2. But I watched it.
20-year-old
I watched it with
20-year-old.
right. I watched it with friends a long time ago, right? And Laurie Metcalf shows up halfway through the movie
Yep.
for a 30-second moment as a journalist, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
disappears. And I looked at one of them like, well, there's the killer. Just the way just the way it was
Yeah.
so random.
Yeah.
And of course, that's exactly
Right.
what it was. It
Yeah.
was like, that's just bad telegraphing. That's
It is.
lazy, and I like the Scream movies. I'm not knocking them, but
Yeah.
that was really poorly done
Very
for a
obvious
reveal
in the
for an
movie, yeah.
audience,
Yeah.
for an audience, right?
Exactly.
And this show doesn't tip its hat at all.
Never would have guessed that Jason would have been, faking it as
Right.
a monk.
Yeah, and it's so great that obviously there's a lot of trust between the cast and the director and the writers and the
Mhm.
showrunner, in that here's how we are going to dole out the information in the show. Here's all the misdirects we're going to do, and
Yep.
everyone's game. Everyone has nailed it. Every beat
Sounds
has
fun.
nailed it. Yeah, this is just a great way to do a television
Absolutely, yeah.
show. Very excited to get going. We do want to go ahead and welcome Booze Matron Bernadette. Nova Nebular and Leah to our Patreon group. Thank you so much, guys. We are very, very happy you're here with us.
We really are. And if you guys are watching this on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel.
Hello, hello.
If you don't mind hitting the like button for us, please leave us a comment down below and hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on the new content we have coming your way.
Yeah, if you'd like to see a full-length reaction to this and everything else we've watched or are watching, please check out a link in the description below to our Patreon page. On every single show, including The Good Place, we're at least 4 episodes ahead on Patreon, so if you get done with this and want to keep going, that's a good way to do it. You will have to you'll have to sync and watch along on your own device or streaming service. We're on the Netflix. You only get to see and hear us over there for copyright purposes. We're also watching 30 Rock as an exclusive on Patreon right now.
Oh, yeah.
I tried to force Jianyu into opening up, which caused a sinkhole to open up. I grossly underestimated the number of shrimp needed for the opening night party, and what flew through the sky the next day? Please call a train to escort me into retirement. You see, the only way in and out of a neighborhood is by train.
See, we're getting a bigger world now. I like that, yeah.
This will not affect me in any way.
Please show some compassion.
Yeah,
Here's
she's
my
a
best
computer.
approximation of human crying.
By the way, the actress playing Janet, I need to look up her name
Nails
because she
it.
kills this. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
This is good news.
She's a good-looking
Michael's
lady.
gonna get a
She is.
chill retirement, which frankly he desperately needs. And I can finally relax.
It doesn't change the fact that we weren't truthful. There's an old Chinese proverb. Lies are like tigers. They are bad.
Is that actually is that a real
I hope so.
Now, Tahani is throwing him a
Earring
goodbye
beam
party.
cigars,
Let's
yeah.
go help out.
Sure, that will more than make up for the pain and misery and lying. New boots.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's just new boot
Saw them-
goofing.
Saw them in the store and I was just like, no. Do you like them?
Oh.
So,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Not too red?
No.
Crystals aren't too much? They were super expensive.
They probably were, yeah.
They're amazing. I mean, those are the coolest boots I've ever seen in my life.
Sometimes being blunt and honest isn't actually the right way to go. It's hurtful, yeah.
Imagine being like, those are the worst boots I've ever seen in my life. Like,
Welcome to your retirement party. Look over there, I've even set up a buffet of themed desserts like retire mint chocolate cake or. By the way, what's your favorite color for the tablecloth?
It's the color of when a soldier comes home from war and sees his dog for the first time. For a being like me, retirement is not something fun. My soul will be disintegrated, and each molecule will be placed on the surface of a different burning sun. And then what's left of my body will be endlessly beaten with a titanium rod, like a...
Like a piñata.
Yes.
Why do bad things always happen to mediocre people who are lying about their identities?
You can confess and save Michael, or you can continue to lie and condemn him to an eternity of unimaginable pain. Any moment now, Michael is going to get on that train and we will never see him again.
Hi. So the
She's
only way
tall.
out of the neighborhood
very
is
tall,
a
yeah.
train?
That's correct. I am the only one who can call the train, and it needs me to operate.
Can we, shut you down?
Yes, great question. There is a kill switch in a
Great
remote
question.
sector of the neighborhood.
Would you want to kill Janet?
Michael can't retire if he can't leave. He can't leave if there's no Janet to run the train.
Not Hal,
Ends
2001,
justify
right.
the means.
even that was very creepy.
Was it someone nice and great like
It's
Oprah?
Machiavelli.
It was Machiavelli.
Yeah.
When I tell Henry that I liked his boots, I don't like his boots. I hate his
Aw.
boots.
Yes, I know. You've talked about it for the last 2 days. But if you really feel that strongly about it, tell him the truth.
I got something for you.
Is the pair of boots? Oh no.
Did he give his
Oh
own
my
pair?
God.
You loved mine so much, I decided to get you your own pair. The fact that you liked mine so much really made me feel like I made the right choice to buy them. After all, why should I have all the fun and boots?
You were always there for us.
I shouldn't have been. That was the problem.
Michael, you always kept us warm and safe. Like a bright, glowing sun.
Like the one I kicked the dog into? I'm sad that I have to leave before doing all the human things that I wanted to do. I wanted to get a rewards,
Guys.
any rewards card.
Rewards cards are awesome.
I wanted to eat a saltine.
Oh, I actually have some saltines.
Pretty dry
Yeah.
and too salty.
Janet has learned and grown. She's essentially living a life. We can't kill her.
Not with that attitude, we can't.
I like.
All right, I gotta see this.
Here we go.
Here we go. Here comes the begging.
Jenny, no, no, no! Jenny, please, please, please don't hurt me. I don't want to die, please.
Oh my god! This is not a good plan.
Seems so real.
Oh, yes, it is a very effective photo.
Oh, look, a button.
No, no, no!
Oh.
Oh man, I
Oh
wanted
my
to push
God.
that button.
Attention, I have been murdered. Attention, I have been murdered. Attention.
What do we do,
I
Eleanor?
have been murdered.
What do we do? Cheetah, you just murdered Janet.
If there's an inquisition of some kind, Chidi stands a 0% chance of getting away with it.
I know.
It's weekend at Bernie's. Because you're a dead guy in
Bernie's.
sunglasses.
Oh
Well,
my god!
Janet's been murdered. That's a nice capper to this wonderful day.
He's
I don't really
eyes
know
open.
what happened.
Hello.
Janet, you're alive.
Birthday cake?
Hello, architect.
Who murdered you?
Oh no.
Hello.
Her memory must have been wiped clean, so now she's going to have to re-upload all the knowledge in the universe. My retirement is officially postponed.
All we have to do now is keep the secret forever. J-Dog, you cool?
No. By the time I got to the piñata, all the candy was gone.
Doctors give me a 50-50 chance, so
Oh my God.
if there's anything you need to say to me, you should
Oh my
do it
God.
now.
Just that I'm here and I love you, man.
Love you too.
I hate your boots.
What?
I told you
What
that
a
I
bad
loved your
time to
boots
tell him.
3 years ago, and I was
3
lying,
years?
and that lie has haunted me ever since.
This is why everyone hates moral philosophy professors.
Yeah, I know. I can't live with this lie. I'm going to confess to the murder of Janet. It would be too painful for me to live with these lies.
What are you talking about? It is so easy to live with a lie.
You might be able to shrug this off and forget about it, but I never will.
I owe you an apology.
Oh, no, you don't.
You were only trying to help. You're a wonderful person. Here's what we know. Someone slaughtered Janet.
Watered.
There is something else at work here. If anyone has any information,
Michael, the problem in the neighborhood is me.
No, I did not see that coming.
I'm not
Wow.
supposed to be here.
What a cliffhanger.
I did
Why?
not see that coming at the end there.
I don't. We have to wait a week. Dang.
Yeah.
I think we have to wait a freaking week.
Okay.
Episode 7, we had that revelation come out. That's crazy.
This really changes the show
A lot.
moving forward, right? Like the direction of the show has to necessarily change here.
They
Yeah.
blew it up in the 7th episode. That's crazy. Oh my god. All right.
A
Well.
lot of implications there.
Yeah.
And then of course now that there's a new reality for the whole place, not just for Eleanor but for everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know what you do moving forward. Do you try to get her out? Do you try to work with? Is everyone on Chidi's side with maybe we can make you worthy?
Mhm.
There's definitely a path forward because they did it. But I don't know how we go forward with this without everyone just kind of deciding, or at least a majority, or Michael or whoever's in power deciding she's worth it still.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Like by design.
otherwise, maybe he's like, "Oh, Eleanor, you're such a good person. You don't have to take the blame for this."
That might be true
That's
also.
probably what's going to happen. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, without having Janet's information,
Yeah.
how is he going to know that for sure? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What a cliffhanger, man.
Also, shout out to her for taking that bullet because Chidi was suffering so much. It was really for him that she did it.
Yeah.
And that was really selfless.
And she's so selfless, and she's come around so much as a person. Like, I don't think she belongs in the bad place.
I don't either. Well, I didn't anyway. Like the thing that when Chidi was telling her while he was teaching her was, you wanting to be here is selfish, right? You
Yeah.
wanting to be here is by definition a selfish act. And I'm like, well, maybe, but I don't know how selfish is self-preservation. Is that really that selfish?
By definition, yes, but
I don't think that's over a line, right?
No, it's not.
Like that's like saying like if you're out in the woods and you see a grizzly bear and he's hungry, you're like, well, I'm gonna go feed myself to the bear because
He's hungry.
morally the bear's hungry and it would be really selfish of me to keep my body from his mouth.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
Yeah.
come on, there are lines to this stuff, right?
Sure,
They're
sure.
within reason. And I don't think I don't want to go to the bad place and suffer forever is necessarily a selfish reason. I think of selfish people, I think someone who doesn't take other people's feelings into account, right? Unempathetic or greedy or only think, narcissistic or only thinks about themselves.
She's
in
been that way,
interactions.
but like slightly.
Right. No, she's definitely been that way, but
She did fake a terminal illness in this episode.
right, yeah, and there's a lot of examples from back in her life where she sucked,
Yeah.
but someone kind of sucking and someone deserving to suffer for eternity, and someone being a selfish bad person.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of obviously that's the point of the show. A lot of gray area there.
Oh yeah, for sure. And also, like, she saved Michael.
She did.
Really, he doesn't have to retire now because she dove in front of that bullet for him. So I wonder.
No, she did. She could have just sat back. And Chidi's like, we can't let Michael go suffer, and she could have said, "Oh yes, we can." and that could have she had the way out.
She did.
And instead, she decided to take another stupid path, which is to kill poor Janet. But
that was such a great scene, by the way.
It was
With the kids. Like,
yeah, this is
these are my
kids.
children.
That was really great. These are my children.
He has asthma. Like, it's like that was pretty funny. And
No,
also,
that was rock solid for
I don't-
sure.
of course, it wasn't going to work out easily for them.
No.
I was kind of wondering if we're going to get one more episode of him like trying to figure out who did it.
Right.
But them doing this at the very end, it's like, oh wow, I really cannot wait. I honestly don't have any predictions how they're going to get out of that. I really don't.
No.
But also, they can't leave without Janet driving the train, and if she can't drive the train yet because she's not able to,
Oh, then Eleanor might not be able to leave too until Janet's 100%.
Yeah.
And she's got basically that couple of days to try to convince people to let her stay. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, we don't know how it goes forward. And like you said, maybe someone says, "Oh, you're just being sweet, Eleanor." And we kind of walk it back a little bit.
yeah,
But I don't know.
I don't know either. Your guess is as good as mine.
But again, good on her for trying to at least fall on that sword.
Absolutely.
So
No spoilers.
no
Don't
spoilers.
tell us. We're figuring it out.
Anything. Yeah, we're doing a very, very bad job of figuring things out. And we are. I love how constantly wrong we are because there's not.
Subverts expectations.
It does.
really does.
There's nothing worse than a show that's again kind of like we mentioned earlier, a show that tries to be mysterious and hit you with cliffhangers and reveal twists and turns when you see them coming a mile away, right?
Yeah. And often it's convoluted.
Yeah,
This is not.
right. Yeah, exactly. The Kiss Kiss Bang Bang where they have that where Robert Downey Jr. explains like, oh, it's like the cook you see in Hunt for Red October.
Yeah.
It's like, gee, I wonder if that guy's going to be important by the end of the movie.
That's
And of course he is, because it's such a stupid shot injected into a really great movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the fact that you can't really know where this is going, and that's just good writing.
It's fantastic.
And what a game cast for it. All right, we'll catch you in the next one, guys.